Hello everyone, welcome to my channel CISC Topper Classes. Today we are going to discuss chapter 11 Midpoint Theorem exercise 11 question number 9 to 12 of M.L.aggarwal class 9 mathematics. So let us start solving this exercise here in this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel.
Now let us solve the ninth question here. ABC is an isosceles triangle with AB is equal to AC. D, E and F are midpoints of the side BC, AB and AC respectively. Then we have to prove that the line segment AD is perpendicular to EF and is bisected by it. So to prove this, we have given that it is isosceles means firstly we will take the triangle ABD here and ACD. In that we will prove congruency. So in this we can simply say that this angle is equal because of isosceles triangle. Opposite angles of equal sides are equal. So here we have written that angle ABD is equal to angle ACD and BD is equal to DC because D is the midpoint of the line BC, and here AB is equal to AC because of isosceles triangle which is given to us here. Now from these three things we can prove that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD by SAS rule of congruency. And here we can simply say that this angle now by CPCT they are equal. ADB and angle ADC. So angle ADB and angle ADC is equal to 180 degree, which we will add. So on dividing it we will get angle ADB as 90 degree, as AD is perpendicular to BC. So we can simply see that here D and E are the midpoints of line BC and AB. From here we can say that this line, this D and F are parallel to E and A. So here simply we have from here DF is parallel to, here we can see that this DF is parallel to EA and this AF is parallel to ED. Um, Now from this given information we can simply say that these both sides are parallel. So AEDF is a parallelogram, and as diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other here. So we can simply see that AD and EF bisect each other means this line here we have to prove only this AD bisects EF, which is given here, that we have to prove that AD is perpendicular to EF and is bisected by it. Hence from here we can see that AD is perpendicular to EF, hence proved from here. Now let us solve the 10th first part. Here in this quadrilateral, AB is parallel to DC and E and F are midpoints and BD respectively. Means E and F are midpoints of AB. Sorry, this is AD here and BD respectively. So we have to prove that G is midpoint of BC here. So to prove that, firstly we will take the angle triangle here as in triangle ADB we have ED is equal to EA, FD is equal to FB as given here in this question. Now as given that AB is parallel to DC, we have here, because this E and F are the midpoints of these lines, we can simply say by midpoint theorem as EF here. EF is equal to half of AB because EF are parallel to AB in this question here. So by midpoint theorem we can write this. Now simply again this is in triangle ADB. Now we can find in triangle DCB, as it is given that AB is parallel to DC. So we can simply say that from this, because EF here is parallel to AB. So we can simply say that E, G here is there, but we have taken EF only. So we can write EG is parallel to DC. So from here in triangle DCB, we can simply see that this F is the midpoint. So we can write G as the midpoint only, and here FG is equal to half of DC by midpoint theorem. So this we can write it by midpoint theorem. So this is the second part here which we have to write. Now by adding these two equations here, we can simply write that EF plus FG. Here we have proved that G is midpoint from this only, because F is the midpoint and EG is parallel to DC. So we can simply say there the first part is G is midpoint of BC here. Now from this only we can write the second part as, by adding the first and second equation, EF plus FG is equal to half of AB plus DC. That will be EF here plus FG. So EF plus FG will be equal to EG. So simply we can write it as EG is equal to half of AB plus DC. So this only we have to prove here, hence proved from here. Now let us solve 10th second part here. In this we have to prove that in the quadrilateral given below, AB is parallel to DC, DC is parallel to EG. If E is the midpoint of AD here, then we have to prove that G is midpoint of BC. So simply we can firstly write as, in triangle ABD, we have E and F parallel to AB, and E is the midpoint of AD. So simply we can write here as E E EF is equal to half of AB from here. Now again we can prove here that F is the midpoint. That's why EF is equal to half of AB. So here F is midpoint of side BD, and FG is parallel to DC. So we can write that FG is equal to half of DC, and here only we can say that G is midpoint of side CB here. Hence, because Fg is equal to half of DC. Hence, proved the first part here, that G is midpoint of BC. Now, the second part which we have to prove, that 2EG is equal to AB plus CD. So, we will add this first and second equation here to prove the second part. So, it will be EF plus FG equal to half of AB plus DC. So we can simply write on adding this EF plus FG as EG into 2 equal to AB plus DC. So this is the final thing which we have to prove, hence proved from here. Now let us solve the 10th third part here. In the quadrilateral given below, AB is parallel to this AB is parallel to CD, and E and F are midpoints of non-parallel sides AD and BC respectively. So we have to calculate EF if AB is equal to 6 centimeter and DC is equal to 4 centimeter. So as we have proved in the previous question, that EF is equal to half of this side AB and this side CD. So it will be AB plus CD here. So half of 6 plus 4, which will be 5 centimeter. So this is the first part which we have to found. Now the second part is, we have to find the value of AB. Sorry, this is A here and this is E. So we can simply write now AB if DC is equal to, here this DC is equal to 8 centimeter and EF is equal to 9 centimeter. We will put the values here in this formula. So simply it will be 9 and half of AB plus 8 centimeter. This will be 18 minus 8 is equal to AB. From here only we will get the value of AB equal to 10 centimeter as the final answer of the second part. So here this is the answer of the first part, means if EF is equal to 5 centimeter and AB is equal to 10 centimeter in the second part. Now let us solve the 11th first part. In the quadrilateral given below, AD is equal to BC and PQRS are the midpoints here of AB and BD here. This is BD and CD. CD we can say this, and AC. So we can write here, we have to prove that PQRS is a rhombus. Simply we can firstly take the triangles as, here firstly we will take this triangle, or this, firstly we will take triangle DBA. On taking this, as DA is parallel to QP, Here DA is parallel to QP, and this is we can write it as, because Q and P are the midpoints of these two sides. So simply as P and Q are midpoints of side DB and AB. So we can simply write it as PQ is equal to half of DA from here. So put it as the first. Now similarly, applying the same process in the second triangle, which is triangle CAB. So it will be triangle CAB. We can again write, because this side and this side are parallel. So it will be and S, and here this P is the midpoint of these two sides. So similarly we can write SP is equal to half of CB. This is the second, let it the second equation. Now similarly, again in the third part we have triangle. We can take this triangle as DBC, means triangle DBC. Here also the R and Q are the midpoints and RQ is parallel to CB. So we can write RQ is equal to half of CB as the third equation. Now in the last triangle, which is, we have to take DAC. So in triangle DAC we can write it as this SR is equal to half of DA. So this is the fourth equation, and the given information in this question is AD is equal to BC, means this AD is equal to BC here. As this AD is equal to BC, we can similarly write here the whole thing conclusion as PQ is equal to SP is equal to RQ here, and this is equal to SR by applying from 1, 2 and 3 and 4 here. So we can write this conclusion here. Now, from this conclusion, we can write as PQ is parallel to SR also. Um, so, as PQ is parallel to SR, we can write, and here from here we can write PQ is equal to SR. So, from this we can write that this PQSR is a parallelogram, and by this given information, as we concluded, we can write it as PQ is equal to SP equal to RQ is equal to SR. From that, if it is a parallelogram and these sides are equal, so we can similarly write that PQSR is a rhombus here in this question. So this is the thing which we have to prove here, hence proved from here. So here we are going to solve 11 second part. In the figure given below, ABCD is a kite in which BC is equal to CD, AB is equal to AD, EFG are midpoints of CD, BC and AB respectively. Then we have to prove that angle EFG is equal to 90 degree, and the line drawn through G and parallel to FE bisects DA, means this line. Simply in triangle DBC, we can say that EF is parallel to DB and E and F are midpoints of DC and BC. So we can write EF by midpoint theorem as half of DB. So this is by midpoint theorem we have written. Now, as the kite diagonals intersect at right angles, so we can write here that angle CO, means we can write MON here, MON directly as MON is equal to 90 degree, and as MON is 90 degree, we have MF. From here that EF is parallel to DB, we can say that MF is parallel to ON, we can write. So as MF is parallel to ON, we can say that MFN, angle MFN plus angle MON here is equal to 180 degree. So as it is equal to 180 degree, we can simply write as the value of MON, which is 90 degree from here, and plus angle MFN equal to 180 degree. From here we can find the value of angle MFN is equal to 90 degree. And as this is 90 degree, so we can write the value of EFG, which is asked only in the first part. So this is equal to 90 degree. Hence proved from here that it is 90 degree. Now the second part we have to prove is the line drawn through G and parallel to FE bisects DA. Now how can we prove this? This is given to us. Let it the point be H. And as given that the line drawn through G and parallel to FE bisects DA, we have to prove. So this is parallel to FE. This is given to us, means here GH is parallel to FE. This is given to us here. So simply we can write in the first part we have just written that EF is parallel to DB. As EF is parallel to DB, we can simply conclude from the first and second thing that here this GH is parallel to DB, and as we have proved that GH is parallel to DB, we can simply say that H is the midpoint here. H is the midpoint of side DA, and because of that only here this HG is HG bisects here the line DA. So this is only we have to prove here, hence proved here in this question. So hence proved. This is only we have to prove in this question. So this is the solution of this question here, 11 second part. Now let us solve the 12th question. In the adjoining figure, the lines L, M and N are parallel to each other and G is the midpoint of CD. Line CD, then we have to evaluate here BG. If this BG line, if AD is equal to 6 centimeter, as BG is parallel to AD here in this question, and B and G, um, as G is the midpoint here, so B will also be the midpoint. So B and G is the midpoint here. So we can simply write it by midpoint theorem, the first part as BG is equal to half of AD from here, and we can put the value of AD in the first part, which is given half into 6, so it will be 3 centimeter on cancelling. Now let us find the second part. We have to find the value of CF, and G is given this time. We have G and E as the midpoint, so by midpoint theorem only we can write it as the double of CF is the double of GE. So we can write CF is equal to 2GE, which will be 2 into 2.3. So simply we can write it as here 4.6 centimeter, 2.3 into 2. Now the third part here we have to find the value of AB. So this is AB here, and let it this be the triangle. So we can simply write if BC is equal to, here this is BC equal to 2.4. As this BC, B is the midpoint, so we can simply say that BC is equal to AB. Hence BC is equal to AB from here, and we can write uh, this as 2.4 centimeter from here. Hence AB is equal to 2.4 centimeter. This is the answer of the third part. Now the fourth part we have to find the value of ED here. Again G and E are the midpoints, and F and FD is given to us. So we can simply write as ED FD divided by 2, because FD is the whole length and ED we have to find. So simply we can write that uh, ED is equal to half of FD. So 4.4 divided by 2, which will be 2.2 centimeter from here. Hence this is the answer here of this question here. So this is the solution of the 12th question.
Thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel.